house needs painting, grass needs mowing, where's he at?
Hi, this is Hank. Sorry I missed your call. Leave me your name and your number and I'll get back to you.
He's gone fishing.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Mossy Oak and Liqua Molly.
Welcome to Off the Water with Hank Parker. I'm your co-host, SaraBeth, and you are...
I'm Hank Parker, and
in
we're
camo.
off the water and in the turkey woods.
We are. We're going to be talking turkeys today.
Talking turkey. You know, people ask me all the time, what is your favorite thing in life? And, of course, family. God is my favorite. That's my top priority in my life is serving Jesus Christ. Second priority in my life is a battle between family and
Turkeys.
hunting.
Oh, my gosh. And I say this man is addicted. It's ridiculous.
It is. There's no cure for, you get hooked on heroin or cocaine.
Oh, my gosh.
You can go to a
You're going to get us
rehab center.
demonetized.
There's no rehab for turkey hunters.
No.
You're just hooked for life.
There's no help for you.
No, there's no help. There's no overcoming the turkey hunting disease. It is an addiction that is beyond control.
Well, this season, I'm hoping to get my first ever bird. I've been with you twice.
We came really
12.
close.
Yeah, we came really close. I remember that morning I was feeling sick. Mind you, I'm 10 years old, and I'm walking through, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm walking through the woods carrying gear, and I just start throwing up. And he just turns and looks at me. He goes, "You're all right. Let's keep going." I'm sitting there with tears in my eyes. I'm like, I can't do this. He was not playing about going to go find that turkey.
It's not life or death. It's way more important than turkey hunting.
You're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, we ain't got time.
Get it together.
We ain't got time to be out here throwing up in the woods. We got turkeys to
so
chase.
bad.
You got to be quiet. If you're gonna throw up quietly.
He said, if you're going to die, do it quietly, please.
All right, well, let's talk turkey. You know, the one thing that prioritizes my time in the spring of the year more than probably anything else is turkey hunting. I love to fish in the spring of the year, but turkey hunting kind of takes priority over about everything that I do.
Which is ironic because his wife's birthday is in the middle of turkey season.
Oh, man.
Right at the
my
start.
birthday, my wife's birthday, I got grandkids. It's just a bad deal that we got to take time out for turkey season.
Yeah, we do.
No kids being born, nobody getting married.
I know.
That's just
That was a
crazy,
hard one.
man. We talking turkey season here. So let's talk a little turkey hunting. It's so funny how, for me, I'm just not a good mouth caller. I love it, and I've killed a ton of turkeys with it. But I think one of the main things and what I want to do today on this podcast is if you love to turkey hunt and you're not good at calling with a certain call, there's so many calls available. There's slate, there's glass, friction calls, there's trumpet calls, there's mouth diaphragms, there's push-pull calls, there's box calls. Find something that you're comfortable with. And for me, mine's a combination. Now, this is a mouth call and it's not broken in, so I sound the same. It frustrates. I work with Mitchell Johnson with dead end game calls. I've worked with Harold Knight with night and hill game calls. I've worked with Steve Cobb, who is one of the greatest callers ever. I've worked with Preacher Man calls. Alex Rutledge, who is a great turkey caller and turkey caller manufacturer. I work with all these guys, and I guess Mitchell has probably worked with me the hardest, Mitchell Johnston with Dead End. He's worked with me the hardest building calls, using the right latex, the right cut, and getting the call where I can use it. And then Eddie Salter, his brother Dewan, who is just awesome, one of the greatest callers, who makes calls, has worked and made a real thin latex, and he gets the tension, and he's tried to help me so much. And I hunt with Keith Hawthorne, who is one of the greatest turkey hunters I've ever hunted with, a great woodsman, great caller, just really a smart turkey hunter. And so you learn. Every time I go, you learn. I've hunted with Billy O'Daniel was the first turkey caller in history to win the World Championship, and then in the same year he won Champion of Champions. That's just almost unheard of. And Billy was the first guy to ever do that. Well, I grew up hunting with Billy. And it's so frustrating to hunt with guys that can call so much better than you call. When I hunt with Keith or Dewan or Harold or Mitchell, I put my call in my pocket.
You're humbled.
Yeah,
He said, no, sir. He said, I don't call in public.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't call in public.
That's right. I don't call in front of those guys. And
No.
when Hank Parker Jr., my son, who is awesome, man, he is a turkey caller. Now, I put my call in my pocket, and I punch him. I say, try him. He said, no, you try him, Dad, out of respect to me, because he's a respectful son. But I said, no, try him. And he's just so much better than I am, and I recognize that with a mouth call. So it is defeating to not be able to call like you want to call, but it's just part of limitations, and understanding your limitations is a way around it. So that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the way around it. Now, Mitchell and Harold and Dewan and Steve Cobb, all these guys have built me turkey calls. And they're all amazed that no matter what the cut is, no matter what the tension of the latex, I sound the same on every stinking call. How's that possible? I don't know.
Hey, operator error, two words.
It just happens. So I'm gonna do a little mouth call. I got a good cut. I love my cut, but my yelp stinks, and that's just the way it is.
What is this one that you're using? Okay, he's put it in his mouth.
This is a call that Dewan Salter made for me.
Okay.
I have another call almost like it that Alex Rutledge made for me.
Okay.
And I have calls
Plethora.
that Steve Cobb and that Mitchell Johnson has made. And I've blown dead end calls probably more than anything because Mitchell's worked with me the hardest. But here, I like this cut.
All right, come on with it.
I like the cut, but the yelp leaves a lot to be desired. Now my call's not very wet, so take me just a second. That's weak. I admit that. That's not good. So here's what I do. I call really good. This is a little Roberts brother call. I've got a preacher man call I like a lot, and I've got a call that's Dead Bird Walking call that I like a lot. But this call,
I'm going to film some of this.
now I can't tell what it sounds like because I got my headsets on. So I like that call. So what I do is, because my yelp is not very good on my diaphragm, I cut on my diaphragm,
Okay.
and I use my glass call to yelp on.
Okay.
And so with that combination,
Multitasker.
I've been very successful.
How many other people do you know that can do two calls at once?
A lot of people, and that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk
Right.
about, if you can't make the right sound, the trumpet call is something new to me. Trumpet call is really, really, really challenging. Here's a Lewis Stowe trumpet call. Now, this call sounds horrible, close, and in a room, but you get 100 yards down in the woods, and it don't sound so bad. And I'm going to turn away from the mic. That sounds terrible up close. But down in the woods, that call has a really unique, different sound, and it does sound like a turkey 200 yards away. And that's a trumpet call. I got one Dead Bird Walking. I can do a little better on it than Lewis. They'll respond to that call sometimes when they won't respond to anything else. So I'm learning how to use it. I had them respond to it great in Texas, And I had them this past week in North Carolina responding really good. So I try a lot of different things, but I'm learning. And this trumpet call is something pretty new, and I've been fooling with it for the better part of 3 or 4 months, trying to learn how to use it. And I really want to kill a turkey with it. And it's a takeoff of a wing bone. You know, the wing bone actually came from a real turkey, and I've had people build me wing bone calls.
That's cool.
And I can't hardly make a sound on a wing bone. That is a very difficult thing.
It looks difficult.
Yeah, I can't do much with it. So I don't fool with the wing bone. I don't carry it in the woods. I've tried and tried and tried for years.
Right.
And but what blows my mind, I got a preacher man box call. He can make that. Well, not this is an old Ben Lee. This call is the world's most famous turkey hunter ever, Ben Lee from Coffeyville, Alabama, and he made this box call. I wouldn't take $1 million for it. It's got his signature on it. Ben's passed away. And it is an old box call, and it's in my collection, and I love it. But Preacher Man's got a call. He can make a sound. Now, this is a man from South Carolina, M-A-N-N.
That one sounds really great.
Now, that call really is an easy call to run. Here's another call that's pretty easy to run.
That's really easy.
And then you cut on it. That's not an
Good
easy
deal.
one to cut on. But putting that combination together, you can come up with something that you can use to kill a turkey. And to call a turkey. You may not want to kill him. I'm going to try to figure out a way we can do catch and release on turkeys. We're losing our turkey population. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
My farm where I live here used to be awesome, and it's terrible. And we hadn't killed a turkey here in the last 4 years. One turkey in 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's been obviously 11 years since I've gone turkey hunting with you now. I know Mama was just talking the other day that she hasn't gotten anything on the farm for the past 4 years or so. So
That used to be top priority. Nobody killed a turkey.
Yeah.
Martha killed a turkey.
tell Martha, yep.
And so now we don't have any turkeys. I don't want to kill any turkeys. So I want them to make a comeback. So like I say, there's been one turkey killed in 4 years, and I don't hunt it. My neighbors still kill a few, and I wish they wouldn't, but it's their land and it's their priorities and their prerogative, and I've talked to them about it. But boy, we don't have the turkey population to
That we
support
should.
any kind of harvest.
That we used to, right? Which, I mean, mind you, I feel like, and this is in my very broad wisdom of 21 years of being alive, predators, we can circle right back around to that predator wagon. I feel like we have a ridiculous number of predators on this property.
We do, and I've tried to trap, and we've taken a lot of raccoons, a few opossums, and we've taken some skunks, and haven't done much with the coyotes. I'm not sure that the coyotes are as big a problem as the nest predators, and I think bobcats are problems. And we got a lot of bobcats.
Tell me about it. I got a vendetta against one. You know, there's a rule in South Carolina because bobcats you can't hunt year round or even like
there's a season.
There's a season for it, but if you have proof that this predator has caused harm to either livestock or domestic animals of any choice, you can actually put in for a tag for it, and they'll allow it. Yeah. So we have a really big bobcat. They reckon it's about, from what Matt said, he thinks it's about 35 pounds. That lives like right at the back of our house, and it ended up getting my outside cat. Mind you, there's 3 of them out there, so of course the one that gets got is my cat. But like right outside our property line, you can smell its musk. It's real bad. We've been trying to hunt it down the best that we can, but they're hard. They're
Bobcat's
tricky.
pretty elusive, but they did get her cat, and we did pretty much conclude it was a bobcat. And We've got some cameras up now. We're trying to do some things to get rid of the old bobcat, but that's just one bobcat and one cat. How many turkeys has that whole group of bobcats that live on my farm? How many turkeys have they killed? So
right. Well, and on top of the nest predators, like you said before, possums, raccoons, those types of things. Even some snakes. Some snakes too.
Yeah. Anything that eats a turkey egg needs to go.
Yeah.
Need to be whacked.
Yep.
And I'm against them. Anything that eats a turkey egg, I'm going to get rid of it. So we work on that.
Legally.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, legally.
And there's sometimes you just shut up and shovel. We don't want to make a big deal out of it.
This is all alleged.
Right. We don't want to make a big deal out of it. I respect the law, but there's some things that goes beyond my control, and bobcats eating turkeys and snakes eating turkey eggs and raccoons destroying nests. And it's just, you can't tolerate so much, and you got to be a good steward of your own land. And I think that's one thing that turkey hunters need to do. You don't hear many people talking about, hey, I don't have enough turkeys to hunt anymore. So I've got all this land. I grow chufas, I grow clover fields, I put in food plots, primary for turkeys. But I don't have enough turkeys to hunt. So for 4 years now, I'm not hunted turkeys because I want them to make a comeback.
Right, trying to let them cultivate their numbers back up, which is 100% right for you. And that's a very good
Toxie
thing.
Hayes down at Mossy Oak talks about being a gamekeeper. And Toxie don't just talk it, he lives that. I used to go down and hunt with Toxie on some property he has in Alabama, and he's got a real hog problem. Wild hogs have really hurt his turkey population. So I haven't got an invitation from Toxie to come down and hunt in several years, and because he's trying to get his flock back. He's doing everything he can to rid the hogs, which is nearly impossible. What a challenge that's been for him.
Yeah,
but he policed himself in saying, hey, we're not going to shoot these turkeys. We're not going to do anything to hurt these turkeys. We're going to continue to trap. We're going to try to get rid of the hogs. We're going to try to get rid of the rest of the nest predators. And we're going to try to preserve everything that we can for our turkeys to
help
make a
them
comeback.
come back up. Yeah. And this is a recent development. They said that there is now an established population of boar in Union and Whitmire, South Carolina.
I don't want to hear that. I'm going to turn a deaf ear. But so far, there are no hogs on my property. But I saw one on the road that had been hit by a car.
10 minutes down the road. Yep.
Just a few miles from here. So I'm nervous. I'm getting nervous. But
stay on that side.
My turkey hunting couldn't get much worse. I mean, it's the population of turkey here is pitiful. And so we're dependent on the NWTF. The NWTF has been headquartered in Edgefield, South Carolina. And back in the old days, Rob Keck was the head of the operation. They've done a lot of good. I don't really know that they're as proactive now as they were in the past, but they're moving the headquarters to Springfield, Missouri. To Johnny Morris headquarters up in Springfield. And Johnny himself has given over $400 million to conservation in the last 10 years.
Wow.
No one is even, you can add almost all the people in the world together, and nobody has done as much for conservation as Johnny Morris. So I'm hoping with the NWTF, National Wild Turkey Federation, moving to Springfield, that we're going to get some answers on why the turkey population is declining in the South. There's a lot of philosophies and a lot of people working on it. The University of Georgia did a great study, and it showed that over-harvesting before the hens got bred was a problem, shooting too many gobblers, so they moved the season back. Here in South Carolina, the season's been moved back about 10 or 15 days, and you can only kill one the first week of the season to try to cut down on the number of gobblers that are harvested before the hens get bred. And I think that's good. I'm all for it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it wouldn't bother me to see them suspend turkey season in the state of South Carolina, no hunting at all until we get grips on what is going on, and let's get our turkey population back. Now, when I say that, there are a lot of people going to throw rocks at me for that.
Well, of course, you want to have fun, and you want to be able to get out there and hunt, and you want to be able to make those memories, or people might be, okay, well, this might be my last year. whatever the case may be, you still have to protect that species. I would rather sacrifice a season of hunting for the betterment of that creature to to repopulate and to have a better harvest versus continually harvesting and not seeing anything or barely being able to shoot. You know what I mean? I would rather make one sacrifice for the greater good.
Yeah, I'm 100%. And I think it's so important. Turkey hunting to me is just a big part of my life. I mean, I look forward to it more than I do anything else all year as far as outdoor activity. And I live outside, so I'm outdoors with everything I do. We don't have any indoor lakes as of yet, but that'd be pretty cool if we had some temperature control as I get older. I get cold. I don't like getting
terrible.
Cold.
No, nobody likes getting cold.
But I don't mind getting cold for a turkey.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Well, then that's mental. That's picking and choosing at that point.
Well,
I don't want to hear complaints.
Maybe I'm picking and choosing, but I love it. And I got to hunt with my grandson, Cade. All my kids love it. Billy is an awesome turkey caller. Hank Jr. Loves it. Ben loves it. Timmy loves it. Lucy's killed turkeys. So my whole family, they've all killed turkeys, and they enjoy it. Timmy's wife, Barbara, came down hunting when we had turkeys here on the farm, and she killed a turkey and enjoyed it. It's exciting. Turkey hunting is something that is probably is about as exciting as it gets when you hear him gobble out there, and the anticipation, and he's got eyes more than, he can see anything. He can see you blink your eyes. So you wear a face mask, you wear gloves, camouflage gloves, and I wear Mossy Oak Obsession. That's what my vest is made. Which is my favorite, absolutely, concealment. And concealment is critically important in turkey hunting.
Absolutely. They
face
have
mask. I look my best when I got my face mask up.
Right. That's terrible. I was supposed to have face surgery, which has been postponed, but he's been saying he's going to take me turkey hunting this season. And so I was like, well, I might only be 2 weeks out of surgery, and I'll have bandages all over my face. Like, it's all right. We'll put a face mask over you.
Can they put camo badges? Camo bandage?
Camo tape. Yeah. I'm sure there's somewhere. Contact Mossy Oak.
Yeah, Mossy Oak Obsession and
there you go.
Tape.
That's
what we're gonna do with all that hair.
That's a good question.
You're gonna have to.
I'll figure it out. I'll braid it.
We're gonna have to get all that hair under. I don't have a problem getting my hair under my hat.
Now, Mama was telling me stories of you and her going turkey hunting, and I think it's really special. I think it would be really cool to get her on the podcast and talk about some of y'all's turkey stories.
Yeah.
But she was talking about how the way that you hunt, how you know exactly what time of day, what they were doing at that time of day, when they were coming down that ridge, you call them. So you would walk around, almost like a form of tracking hunting, which I feel like has kind of diminished in the hunting field in general. Like, you don't really see a lot of true trackers anymore, especially on television. People all sit in blinds, and mind you, we sit in blinds too. So it's like, I get it. You get tired. That's a lot to do. But she would tell me stories about how y'all would track down these turkeys. You know exactly where they were, and you'd sit there, and sure enough, they'd come right out. And I'm like, that's so cool.
Mama's impressed. She thinks I'm a great turkey hunter. I believe that's why she married me.
Yeah.
I really do. I think I could call a turkey for her, and so that made her happy. And so we tied the knot because I'm a turkey hunter.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I believe that.
I'm sure that's why.
She's killed a Grand Slam at least 3 times, and that's pretty special. I got to hunt with her a lot. Grandbabies have taken priority. And so now I say, hey, we can go to Montana and kill a Miriam, and then we can go to Mexico and kill us a Ghouls, and we can go to Texas and get a Rio, and then, of course, we can kill our Eastern here, and then we go down and kill a Osceola down in her part of the country. She's from Florida, and she says, or I can go see my grandbaby.
She's like, or we can go to Florida. You can go turkey hunting. I can go see the grandbaby.
That's exactly the way it is.
She is.
I've not got to that point. She has found a cure for the turkey hunt disease. I have not. So she still likes it. Yep. But she likes grandbabies much better, so they have taken priority over turkey hunting.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your titles that you have. You obviously have the World Slam, and you have the Grand Slam as well. But the World Slam is what I'm most interested in. You got that. What year did you complete that? When you got your oscillated?
Yeah, I went down and got the oscillated just 3 years ago because in the in the days when I killed the Royal Slam, which is the Osceola. I killed them with a bow, by the way, and I got them all on video.
Right.
I wanted to do that. I wanted to do something uniquely different. I've killed a Boone and Crockett elk and a Pope and Young elk. I've killed a Boone and Crockett whitetail and a Pope and Young whitetail. And I've won 2 Bassmaster Classics, and I wanted to kill the World Slam of wild turkey with a bow. And I would be the only guy alive that could have that title, you know. And I thought that was just pretty cool, you know. It's not that big a deal, but it's a title. So I thought, well, yeah, I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
So when I ended up killing, I killed the Osceola in Florida. Then I killed the Eastern here in South Carolina. Then I went to Texas and killed the Rio. Then I went to South Dakota and killed the Miriam. And then I went to Mexico and killed the Ghouls. So I got them all shot in 1 year, got them all on video, and I killed them all with a bow.
That's a lot of traveling. And I'll have to ask you this, which one was your favorite?
Well, they were all favorite. Yeah, it was a tie. It was a 5-way tie.
My favorite, the one that you got, was definitely the Oscillated.
Well,
Beautiful.
then the Oscillated, I called Jim Zumbo back in the day when Jim hunted a lot, and he had been down there several times to Belize and South America and southern Mexico. And I had watched several shows, and they always shot them out of the trees. And so I asked him, I said, is there any way to kill these birds on the ground? He said, it's really difficult. They're jungle birds, and the foliage on the forest floor in the jungle, you just can't see them. So the method of hunting them is wait till they fly up or call them or, you know.
Yeah.
And so then a friend of mine, Steve Albritton, who is a great, great turkey hunter, Steve Albritton went down and hunted in Mexico, and the Amish have cleared so much of the Yucatan jungle that now these birds come out in the field and you can call them.
Okay.
And electronic calling is legal in Mexico. They make a Spanish sound. It's really weird. Chicka, 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 that's how they gobble. So I had no clue how to call them, but I went down and I hunted with a native Mexican from South Mexico who was awesome. He was very smart. He was a great hunter, had a lot of, I couldn't speak a lick of Spanish. He couldn't speak any English, but we were able to communicate because we both loved turkey hunting. Yeah. But it was a very intense hunt, and I have to tell this story. I have to tell it on myself. And I had brought my bow, and I shot it a few times here at home before I went, and it was set on about 72 pounds of draw. And so I go down and I get in a small tent blind, and we are calling this oscillated turkey. And this oscillated turkey goes in the jungle, and it's his nature to go in there and drum. They drum so intently. They gobble in Spanish, but they drum like doom, doom, doom. I mean, it's so exciting when they're coming because, man, you hear that thump and doom,
wow,
doom, all the way. So this turkey, their nature is they go in and there's a bush down there like a palmetto bush, and they rake their leaves and they make all this noise, and they wait on the hen to come to them. So actually, even every turkey that we hunt, when you call a male turkey to a female call, like the yelping and the cuts that we just did, you're reversing nature, because nature is he gobbles and the hen goes to him. And
she responds, but then you're doing the opposite, Yeah,
he's pretty and he struts, he puffs up, his head turns colors, and he gets out there and goes round and round, and she comes to him. So when you draw him to you, you're reversing nature. So those turkeys in the Yucatan jungle, they wouldn't come to you at all. No. They just get in there and beat and make noise and wait on her to come.
They say, I don't do desperation hunting.
That's right.
You're going to have to wait for me to come to you.
That's right. Hens have more, the gobbler has more dignity than to lower himself to going to the girls. The girls come to him.
Right.
And so this turkey was in the woods, and he was making a lot of noise, and he was beating and banging. He wasn't far from us, probably 25 or 30 yards, but of course he was in the jungle, and like I told you, the jungle floor is so thick you can't see anything. And I thought, this turkey's not coming. But again, my guide was very smart, and he was calling like a hen, and then all of a sudden he just let everything get quiet, and he gobbled. On his electronic gobble recorder, he played a gobble sound. and it got quiet. So all of a sudden, he quit gobbling. Now he's another gobbler after his girl.
Yeah.
So he's hot as a match.
He's setting the scene. Like, so she's responding to somebody else. Wait a minute, I gotta come on in here.
Yep. So he's hot as a match.
Right.
So here he comes, and the whole time it's been going on for 45 minutes. So I'm thinking he's not coming. So all of a sudden, here he comes, and I got my bow, and he walks out at 7 yards. What a chip shot. And he's beautiful. And he's puffed up, mad, wanting to fight, looking for that gobbler. And we got a gobbler decoy out there at 20 yards. But he's standing there, and he's just all fluffed up at 7 yards. So I get my bow, and I go to draw, and the tent is small. I don't have enough room to really
Pull
point
back.
my arrow, and I can't get my bow back. And I'm straining with every fiber in my body, every muscle. I'm popping out in a sweat. I'm doing everything that I possibly can to draw that bow. And my guide is sitting over, he starts sniggering. He starts laughing. And this turkey's hearing him, and so he's handing me a gun. I don't want a gun. I came down here to kill this turkey with a bow. So I want him to be quiet, and I'm trying, and I can't draw the bow. I'm totally out of gas now. I got almost back about 5 times. Now I don't have enough strength to get it a third of the way back, so I'm shot. And he's over there busting a gut, laughing. So he handed me the gun, the turkey's leaving, so I killed the turkey with the gun. So I'm defeated. As soon as I shoot, he said, "Macho gringo, little girl,
Oh, he's calling you out.
Little
That's
girl,
funny.
can't pull the bow. Oh, he laughed at me. We had more fun. But
That's
it worked
terrible.
out good. Because that turkey walked out 7 yards from the blind. We didn't have much video.
I bet you knew exactly what he meant when, when he was saying that.
I knew exactly what he meant.
That's funny.
But the next day, we got to watch a bird fly down, and he came all the way across the field gobbling and strutting and doing his thing. So it turned out to be better video, and I turned my bow down to 55 pounds.
Oh.
And I practiced. And so I got that turkey at about 25 yards, and at 55 pounds, I didn't have any problem drawing.
Yeah.
And I shot him with a Swacker broadhead, and he went about 25 yards and gave up the ghost.
There you go.
So I have
Gave up the
completed
ghost.
my world slam with a bow and arrow on video. And we played it on the Way It Was TV, so that was pretty cool. Made myself a hero. Pat
There you
myself
go.
on the back.
Pat yourself on the back.
I'm the man.
Hey, what was it that you said? You said you like going fishing when you're the one filming because you can always edit it to where
That's
you
right.
need the
I'm
other
gonna win
guy.
every time. Don't
Gonna
matter
win
who
every
I fish. I
time.
win every tournament. I have a tournament every day I go fishing, and
That's
I edit
terrible.
and I win. I'm the man.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
But really, people talk about turkey hunting with a bow. That ain't really turkey hunting. That's not what turkey hunting's all about. I did it just because I wanted to say that I'm the only sportsman alive to win the Bassmaster Classic, kill a Pope and Young elk, Boone and Crockett elk, Pope and Young whitetail, Boone and Crockett whitetail, and the World Slam of wild turkey with a bow.
There you go. Beat that.
Yeah.
Beat that.
Van Dam may do that. He hunts everything just like I do.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if he's got what it takes with his little customized KVD Nikes.
Yeah, he could do it. So
Come on now.
But he's got his work cut out for him, so I wanted to make it a challenge for him. So Nixon could do it. Larry Nixon, he's into all that. But I don't think he's as big a turkey hunter. Van Dam's a big turkey hunter and big deer hunter, big elk hunter. He does it all. So
We'll see.
Van Dam might tie it, but I can always say I was the first one to do it.
Right.
I was first.
There
I was
you
the
go.
first Grand
Number
Slam
one.
winner. I was the first angler to ever win both the Classic and Angler of the Year. Not in the same year, but I won the Classic in '79 and Angler of the Year in '83. I was the first guy to ever do that.
Yep.
I was the first guy to win everything, the Grand Slam of bass fishing. So if anybody ever ties the Boone and Crockett and the Pope and Youngs and the World Slam of turkey with a bow, I'm still can always say I was the first one to ever do that. Yeah, does that make
and
you
the crowd
proud?
goes crazy. Yeah.
That makes me proud. Am I not special?
Yeah, you
I'm
special.
so special.
Your
I'm
mama
my own
said.
special boy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I love it, and that's why I do it. It is so cool. I sit in my office. I got the slam mounted in my office, and I I look at
He
the
sure
World
does.
Slam over there, and it's so special. Memories, and I think about all the guys I got to meet hunting them. You know, turkey hunters are uniquely different than anybody else. Turkey hunting is a
I'd say.
fraternity of some.
It's a cult.
It is a cult.
It's a cult.
That is well said.
Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, it's well said. And man, I just love it, and it's such a big part. People ask me from time to time, what is your favorite outdoor adventure? Was it winning the Bassmaster Classic? It was when you caught the biggest bass you ever caught, when you killed the biggest deer, when you killed the biggest elk, or killing the World Slam of wild turkey. What is your greatest memory in the outdoors? And most people think it's either going to be the Classic or when I finally nailed the coffin door shut, lid shut by winning the Grand Slam. I came within 1 ounce of doing it the year before I did it, so it was pretty dramatic and suspenseful.
Right.
So, but without a doubt, the greatest outdoor memory that I have is I have 4 boys, and Timmy being my youngest. Timmy loved it. Timmy absolutely loved it. He said one morning, every time at spring break, we'd turkey hunt every day. And one day we'd been getting up at 4:30 every morning. He woke up in the morning. His hair had gone in every direction. He sat up in the bed and he closed one eye. He had one eye open. He looked at me and he said, "Daddy, turkeys, why do they get up so early?"
That's
But
funny.
one morning, Timmy got up and we go. And I have a rule: we do not talk in the turkey woods. We do not talk. Human voices are very offensive to wildlife. We do not talk in the turkey woods. When we get back to the truck, we can talk. But when we're in the turkey woods, unless it's an emergency, very, very important.
Right.
So Timmy and I slipped down on the Broad River, and it is one of those mornings that God had painted that was just the most magnificent sunrise you've ever seen.
Just beautiful. Yeah.
The sky was just gorgeous, orange and red. It had rained the night before, and now it's clear, and it's just beautiful. And there's some fog coming off of the Broad River, and it just
Looked like a painting.
breathtaking. It was a postcard painting. And we had a big gobbler. I guessed right. I thought he may be in the corner. We set up 150 yards from him. He's gobbling at every little Tweety bird. And Timmy, he's sitting between my lap. He's got a little 410 shotgun. And he's about 8 or 9 years old. And he's so excited. And it is just a special time. And all of a sudden, just before that time for that turkey to fly to the ground, he pulls on my vest. And I tried to ignore it. And he pulls again.
So if I ignore it, he'll go away.
Oh, I'm knowing he's going to say, "Daddy, I got to use the bathroom." And I'm thinking, oh, no. And I looked down at him. I said, "Yes, little buddy." And he looked up and he had big tears in his eyes, big crocodile tears. He was so emotional about being there with his daddy in that environment at that moment that he could not hold back. And he looked up at me and he said, "Daddy, I love you."
Aww.
And I can't describe what that meant to me and what that did to me. And that is my single greatest memory of the outdoors. It trumps all my fishing
Aw.
tournaments. It
You're gonna make me
trumps
cry.
everything that I ever did. But that's the kind of things that's happened to me in my life in my turkey woods. It's happened with Bill and Ben and Hank. It's happened with Timmy. It's just been so special. And Hank Jr., Boone, Hank's oldest son, Cade, his second son, they love it as much as I love it. And so when we get together, it is just so special. It's hard to describe what it means to be able to share those moments. And this past week, I got to hunt with Cade, and he called up his first turkey. He's 13 years old, And I didn't call. I let him do all the calling. He called up a big gobbler, and it must have gobbled 50 times. And he overcalled a little bit, but he'll learn. But it's okay. He killed the turkey. It came to him, and it was just an incredible experience. And that's what turkey hunting means to the Parker family. It is just a very special time, and it's hard. And we all got it. We talk about it a month before the season comes in. We'll talk about it a month after it goes out. And we usually start in Georgia or Florida, and we usually end up in New York. And we hunt them everywhere, and we love every minute of it. And it's just special time. So if you are not a turkey hunter, don't start. Because there's no cure.
Yeah, right.
There is no cure. It is a deadly addiction. And if you are a turkey hunter, then keep on, brother. We're in this thing together. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
Let's fight to be conservationists to make sure that we have a healthy turkey population. And I'm serious as I can be about calling up a turkey and letting him go, catch and release.
Right.
I did that several times last year. It's something about not harvesting him once he gets in there that makes it tough. And you tell somebody, man, I call it turkey, he gobbled 60 times, he flew the creek, and you don't have him. They say, right. I guess we're going to have to start videoing them. But it's something we need to be conscientious about is the number of birds we have, and let's don't over-harvest. And if we need to lay off them a little while, a year or two or 5 or 10 or whatever it takes, we got to police ourselves as a conservation hunter and make sure that we have a good flock for the future.
Indeed. I completely agree with you.
So we got all kinds of calls. My tip of the day would be if you're not good on a diaphragm, try a box call. If you're not good on a box call, try a friction call. If you're not good on a friction call, get one of the little push and pull calls. And if you master the trumpet, please call me and tell me how you did it. I'm going to continue to work on the trumpet. And it is a unique sound. I had them going nuts with it in Texas. I actually killed a bird using it in Texas. And
That's cool.
I had them fired up a little bit in North Carolina. So
that's pretty cool.
I think they will respond to it. I got a long way to go yet, and it's a learning process, and I got a lot more practicing to do. But turkey calling is a sport, is an art that is a challenge that's very rewarding, and I can say that for sure.
Absolutely. I know my dad said that he saw quite a few gobblers right behind Mom and Dad's house, right on that other side.
That's top secret. That's in Europe.
Right on that other. Hey, nobody else knows where I live. Hey, classified, but the information is there, so at least there is some bit of a population.
What are we talking about? Alabama?
What are we talking about? Who?
Georgia.
When? Where? What?
Yeah.
Huh? What are we talking about?
We're definitely not giving away any.
Okay, y'all heard nothing. I'm going to beep it out.
Yeah, we got to get that
y'all
behind
heard
us.
Nothing.
Hey, behind us now.
All righty then. Well, that being said, I think that concludes today's podcast.
Well, it was a short podcast, but it was to the point, and we love turkey hunting. It takes priority over everything
Indeed.
at the Parker household in the spring of the year. I get a little fishing in, but I have to get my turkeys first. And then secondly, you only kill 2.
Right.
And so I hunt, usually I hunt Florida, which I did not this year, but I've hunted Georgia and I've hunted Alabama. I'm going to Virginia. I'm going to West Virginia and Texas and New York.
Well, there you go. I think some pretty good locations there.
Yeah, man, we got turkeys, and more turkeys.
Tuned. Indeed.
Yeah, so it's fun.
That sounds fun, and fingers crossed that I get my first bird. I'm excited. I hope I do.
Can you say chimney?
Chimney, I can.
Yeah,
Can you?
How about, can you say chimney?
No.
No.
I'm not. I don't say that.
A couple of weeks ago, I was talking about a chimney, and she's over busting a gut because that's the improper pronunciation.
You were
It's
explaining,
chimney.
I think it was
I know what I was explaining, but
side-transducing.
nevertheless, I said chimney.
He said it like 6 times, and I'm staring at him. I'm
She's
like,
over there busting a
I'm
gut.
like, he's not serious. I was like, he's not serious, is he now?
Yeah,
But,
I wasn't serious. I was just seeing
I
if you
know.
knew the difference between
Okay.
the chimney and the chimney.
You were testing me?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
testing you.
All
see
right,
if
well,
you knew
good
what's
thing I
going on.
passed.
All right.
Good thing I
Wrap this
passed.
crazy show up. And I hope y'all enjoyed it, how crazy we are. But turkey hunting is a wonderful sport. And
Goodness.
if you don't do it, that's a good thing. If you do, my deepest sympathy, because there is
Yeah.
no cure.
Hey, thoughts and prayers. Well, with that being said, I'll see you guys next week.
Hey, we'll be talking fishing next week. Thanks for being with us. We want to thank Liqua Molly and Mossy Oak for being a part of helping us get this podcast off the ground and on the airways. So a big shout out to those companies and a big shout out to you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week. God bless you. I'm Hank Parker.